Okay, so today is Wednesday, June 30th, and we're talking about how to copy videos nearly word for word. We have a whole training on it on how I help somebody else go word for word exactly how to do it, but we're going to do a mini version of the version that I did much earlier, because Shelly was asking me about this very thing. So I'm going to be copying this video that and I never copy anything that doesn't have at least a few like 20,000, 30,000, 80,000. But I normally look for videos that have 100,000, 500,000, things like that. Because if you're going to do a video, it might as well be a great video, right? So I have to have either a computer or a second phone so that I can have access to the video. So there's things that people say that I would never say. Like, I don't curse, so I'm not going to curse, right? And so, for instance, I'm gonna put the video here. I'm actually gonna grab a selfie because it's easier with a selfie. So I'm gonna grab the selfie, and then I'm going to grab my face because I always use a filter. And I'm gonna grab my
Just look at you. Just look at you. Just look at you.
Okay. So now I have the page. I also make sure that there's nothing on site that I don't want to have shown, and then I literally do minute by second by second, right? So I'm gonna go back to the beginning. So side hustles are an effing joke. So I'm not gonna say effing joke. All right. So I set the timer. I set myself. Side hustles are a freaking joke. Pause. That was literally 2 seconds. And then I go to the next one, right?
Side hustles are a fucking joke. If you want to earn money from home, then you need to listen up.
If you want to earn money from home, then you need to listen up. And then I literally break it down moment by moment by moment by moment. And like that last one was 3 seconds. So I do it. I do it literally moment by moment by moment, and then I edit it out.
Why do you use the timer? I've never used a timer.
Because otherwise you're going to have a lot of dead space, especially at the beginning of the video. So when we do your session, one of the things that a lot of people have is that they have a lot of dead space at the beginning of a video. Now, she did have a lot of the new people.
Side hustles are
so that dead space that is almost 2 seconds, that is a massive normal loss when you have dead space at the beginning of a video or inside the video. So our job is to
I just edit like crazy.
Right. So you have to edit any dead space, any empty space. And that's why I do the timer, because the timer helps you not have to edit as much.
Okay.
You can smile and you can breathe right when you are like 1 second away from start talking.
Right.
Yeah, because I always take a deep breath.
And you don't need to erase it. If
okay. Not, I've never used it.
You breathe.
I couldn't hear both of you. What Carlos, say what you were going to say, and then I want to hear what Amy was going to say.
When you use the timer, you breathe right before the timer comes to 0. That means you are already talking when they stop, and you don't need to start erasing and all this part that you breathe or you don't smile or whatever. I use it to look at me and smile first, to start talking again, smiling.
How long do you set the timer for?
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yeah, definitely 3 seconds. That's a great question. And then once you finish it, so when you're filming, you don't want to be editing. So you want to film and then finish the whole video and then edit. But you know, because there are 2 different brains, right? There are 2 different places that you need to do. So you want to edit the video first. I mean, you want to shoot the video first and then pause and then edit it. But you don't want to be doing both at the same time because they require different things. That's it. It's pretty simple. But with you, Amy, what I would do is that I would focus, I would do the session with me, and then I would focus on TikTok. TikTok, especially if you talk to the teachers, right? If you start friending, like today I was talking to Cooper, and Cooper actually penetrated into this group of teachers. And he says, I want to help you. I want to help the overworked and underpaid, who are sick and tired of being overworked and underpaid. They're like, welcome to our world. You're in the world of teachers. So they totally took him in, and now he's like talking to a bunch of teachers, right? I was just introduced to a high school teacher that is looking at it right now, Jessica. And again, because I didn't realize how highly underpaid a lot of teachers are, right? She works, I think, in the Bronx, so she is utterly underpaid, utterly underpaid. So with that being said, once we go over the 7-step, right, the 7-step blueprint, and we see where your holes are from here, and then we see what we'll do an audit on your social media, especially TikTok, and then we'll do an audit on your, well, actually we can take a quick peek right now. Give me 1 second. What is your name in Facebook? Amy
Elizabeth. I just changed it. Amy Elizabeth. All I do is repurpose from TikTok. Like if you're gonna look, I'd rather you looked at TikTok.
Well, let's look, because this could be affecting you. So Amy Elizabeth Waterbury.
No. Amy Elizabeth Subs Income. SUBS Income.
Oh, so this is not a real account. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have a hard time on this one, because number one is a sales account, and I'm assuming this is a pretty brand new account.
Fairly new. Yeah, I've never even had I don't have a personal account. I was never on on Facebook.
No way. Okay. So number one, this you're not gonna get any views because they have the watermark from TikTok. So imagine you have 2 boyfriends, and you go with TikTok boyfriend, and then you go to Facebook boyfriend. You're like, well, I wore this dress because TikTok really loved it, so I'm wearing it again. Facebook boyfriend is not gonna like it, so they're not gonna push any of your content, even though you're bringing videos. They're not for in 2023 and 2024. They were a little desperate for us to bring videos, but now they don't allow that. And then if you have this as the forefront versus something more warm, it doesn't help. Now,
Okay.
if this is your if this is the only page that you have, if this is, and then are you still promoting Freedom Lifestyle Revolution?
No.
So if you're not promoting Freedom Lifestyle Revolution, I would actually archive this so people don't see it, because you don't want to be sending people to a group that you're not as active in.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You don't want to be doing. And then okay, perfect. Yeah, so this one we'll talk about it during your review. But if you're gonna repurpose, you want to download them. You want to download them over to an actual. You want to download them to an actual. Get rid of the watermark, and then load them.
I just started doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna help better, and then you want to make a lot more friends. But again, if you're gonna take time and effort, take the time and effort on TikTok.
Okay.
And then if you wanna put more time and effort, then I would put that time and effort on YouTube.
YouTube. I have YouTube. I get lots of views, but no engagement whatsoever.
That's not abnormal.
Okay.
So just make sure when we go through your stuff, let's make sure that we look through, and YouTube is not as policing for the watermarks. They just want great content. So I would definitely spend, if you have time to spend, I wouldn't build it on, because what YouTube does is that it gives you credit. 1 second, Carlos, I'll circle back with you. What Facebook, what YouTube does, it gives you credibility. So when people are searching, right? When people are searching, they're gonna find you, and then they're gonna find you on TikTok, and they're gonna find you on school, and then they're gonna find you on Facebook. They're like, that's my girl. She's a teacher. You know, she's my age. You're married, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's married. She gets me. I want to work with her, right? So YouTube gives you that authority that a lot of people don't have. TikTok helps you have the engagement and the connection. Facebook says she's a real person because she's on Facebook, right?
Okay.
And then when you show up on our community, then they're like, well, look at her, like look at how much like everybody knows her here. So it all works together, but you want to put all of you want to build your leads from TikTok, because that's where your leads. I promise you, if once we tweak it, even if you don't see, I mean, I have less than 300 followers, and my views are anywhere between 30 to 200, and I still get
That's
leads.
fair, yeah.
And I still get leads. So Carlos.
For Amy, you can save the videos without the watermark, and after that use the one without the watermark of the TikTok.
I just started doing that, Carlos, because for some reason my editing is not working inside of TikTok. So I have to create them and edit them in TikTok Studio, and then I can save it there without the watermark. So I just recently figured all that out because I've been having a heck of a
save
time.
it without the watermark, and when I publish, they save in my phone without the watermark, or the other way when
Right, but Carlos, what she's saying is that her TikTok editing is not working for her. So when she goes here and she starts recording, that's not working for her the way it's supposed to work. So like for instance, if she goes here,
Freaking joke.
right? If she goes here, her editing, that's what you're saying, right, Amy? That's not
It's
working.
not working at all. As soon as I
Right.
cut it, it messes up the audio and the video, and it never matches up again.
So if you have any drafts, do you have any drafts on your TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
How many do you have?
Right now I think I have 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. So what I would do is that I would literally post them, even though they're not edited, and then archive them. So post them, archive them, and then pull them out. Because what you want to do is that you want to delete your app and then upload it again. But anything that you have on drafts, you'll lose them forever.
Okay.
you can publish as private. You can publish as private, and you will
Okay.
have it private in the private folder. That's what I
Okay.
do when I have something that I want to record and keep it, but don't publish publicly.
Okay. And if it's in the private, when I delete the app, it won't erase
No,
from there?
only the
Okay.
draft you lose.
Okay. So you think
All
if
right.
I delete the app, that will help the editing?
It should. And
Okay.
anything, because it'll give you the most updated TikTok, and it'll get rid of any bugs. And if it doesn't
Okay.
get rid of it, we need to let TikTok know,
Okay.
because they want us to be. But in all reality, it's a lot better to edit on the TikTok Studio app,
Yeah. Okay.
because
That's
on
what
the
I've been
TikTok Studio, yeah, and the TikTok Studio app, you can actually save them all and then drop them without even having to worry about watermark or no watermark. And then from there you can repurpose them to all the different
all of
locations.
them.
Unlike
Okay.
on TikTok, you have to literally finish the whole process, and then you have to post it. You don't have a choice to not post it. You have to
Right.
post it. By then it's all finished. It's a finished product. So sometimes you don't want to have a final video drop, because then you have to have a lot of edits if you want to repurpose it for TikTok itself. Once you create enough content, you'll be able to repurpose content for TikTok.
Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty. Yeah, my pleasure. Any other questions, thoughts, feedback?
I have one. I have
Yes.
a few responses And most of them are people from Life Good trying to sell me a program.
Yeah,
That's
we
not.
all get them. We all get them. That's very normal. It's just spammers.
Yeah, that's the only thing I until now I have as a response. But hey,
Yeah.
it's part of the game.
Well, that means that you're probably not networking enough. Are you doing the 5 and the 5 and the 5 and the 5x5 method?
Most of the days, yes.
So check yourself to do it every day, right? Especially the five comments, because if you're not networking on, and again, this is why I told you, I would rather you focus on the Spanish speaking community, because building two is a lot of work. You have to build connections, you have to build relationships, you have to make friends, you have to be on the trending side, right? The trending side for English and Spanish might be different. I've never tried it, right? And the way that even the sounds, the trending sounds are going to be different in English versus Spanish. So if what a lot of people don't do is that they're not making friends with other potential clients. So what I do is that I literally go, like, let's say Alex Ramosi, people that are looking to make extra income are following Alex Ramosi. So I go to his last video, and anybody that commented, that's somebody that is active in that community, in that page, I will follow them if there's someone that I would want to work with. And then I go to the next one and the next one. So I will follow, and then I will start creating relationships with the people that are talking to me. And then obviously, if you're not going live on a daily consistent basis, that is actually what's going to propel you. If you're not getting any traction, then you definitely want to consistently go live, even if it's only 5 days a week and not on the weekends. You want to consistently go live, because
That's my problem. I don't have a time where I can feel sure that I can do it. I always need to improvise when I have time to do this.
So I know this sounds crazy. One of my clients literally goes live at 3 in the morning because he doesn't have time.
No,
Literally.
my problem is it's not every day the same time where I can carve to do my business. I cannot do my business in regular hours, and today I can do it at 7, the other day I can do it at 8, other day I can do it at 5. Is when I found the time where I can be alone and free of sounds, and because if it's not the dogs, it's my wife, it's
Look,
not this.
listen. If there's nothing you can do, I'm just telling you. If you're not getting any traction, I'm giving you the solutions, right? So if there's nothing you can do, then you're gonna have to double up on commenting, double up on being the most valuable commenter on other people that are your potential clients. And this is what I'm saying, because to do that job is a lot of work, especially if you're doing in English speaking and Spanish speaking. They're two different communities.
Can you send me some comments that you do when the people comments? Because sometimes I don't know what to say in order to establish a connection.
What I'll do better than that. What I'll do is that I'll tag you on comments that I make on people. So
Right.
I'll be like, oh my gosh, OMG, check this out, Carlos, right? OMG, check this out. So then you'll see that my comment is right above.
Yeah, no, I will copy all the links and put it in the file just to have something to go for.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, I mean, if you're gonna do that, just post them in the community, and then everybody else can. If you're gonna do that, then post them in the community. That way, that other people have them. That way we share. But I would, as I've shared, I would focus on, like, still post your videos on English, but post your energy, because this is a lot of work, right? This is a lot of work. So yes, it can be done on 30 minutes to 2 hours a day consistently, but that's in one language, right? If you double up and you already have very limited time, what you're missing is the connectivity, right? You're missing the connectivity somewhere. people are not connecting with you. So that's what was happening with my private client, Michael. Michael was not connecting with people. So we switched many things, and then he switched over to TikTok from Instagram. And now he went from under 200. Remember that I told you to get on the track of dads helping dads for June? He went from 200, under 200 followers to almost 10,000 followers. And tons of engagement, like insane engagement.
Or when I try that, TikTok put me in the warning. I don't know why, but that's happened.
Yeah, I TikTok puts us in warnings a lot of times. Like TikTok put him in warning, right? So you just have to work around, right? I mean, like my other account, my 17,000 people account is on banning orders, right? So we just work around it. Like if you're on the road, right? If you're on the road and you're traveling and there's a pothole, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go around it if you see it. Otherwise, you're gonna go through the pothole. And it's the same thing on social media. We are actually blessed that we have. I mean, when I looked at my numbers and I'm like, you know what? I need to stop complaining about TikTok, because TikTok is still the biggest rock star. It's still the best place for anyone, whether you're young, you're old, or you're super old. You can always, I mean, and there's people that are terrible at making videos and they're still exploding. And it's the consistency. And some people are not even consistent, but they have a big following, right? They have a big following from other places. So they post like once every 3 days, but because they have a big following, then a lot of people are watching them. So there's all these things, but what I would say is like embrace TikTok, pick a language, and then we can go to town on the language that you're gonna pick. But only post, so on whatever language you don't want to pick, just post the videos. That's it. Because you just want a holding spot for English. That would be my suggestion. Anything else? No? Alrighty, we did it. And we even went over. I was like, oh, today we're gonna do it in 30 minutes. So much for 30 minutes. Okay, well, this one will be loaded probably tomorrow. So it'll be in 2 parts. It'll be the TikTok part, and then it'll be the Facebook part, and then everything else that we talked at the beginning. But the summary of this will be loaded later today. Okay?
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. And listen, literally, we just need 2 people. Like everybody needs a second Carlos. Like, and Carlos just needs to have more Carloses, right? Like out of over 30 people that I've enrolled, Carlos is the only one that's actually enrolling people. So I'm sharing this with you that it's the easiest. Like to me, I'm really baffled. Like we have the easiest side hustle. All we have to do is enroll 2 people, who enroll 2 people, who enroll 2 people. And like I had somebody that is literally broke. She's trying to find a 3rd job at 82 years old. She talked to 5 people in 3 days, and she says this doesn't work because nobody wants to do it. It's just not for me. I talked to 5 people and they all said no. It doesn't get better. There is 5 billion people on social media. So especially when it comes to teachers, especially when it comes to Gen Xers, especially when it comes to working moms, especially when it comes to the Hispanic community, we all have people. We just have to get in, and listen, I'm talking to myself right here because I should be going live every single day. And I made a commitment with my elite group, and I said, I'm going to go live because I just got to, right? I have the time to do it. And I can work my life around my live good. So why not do that? So there's a lot of things that we can all do. And I promise you, this money that we say is available for all of us. We just have to find our 10, because we don't want to settle for 2, right? We want to find our 10 people that are just like Carlos.
You have the picture of that in the community?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's in the community. If you look, I have it under Matrix and under 50K. I'll tag you. Yeah, I'll tag you for sure. Okay. Alrighty. Bye. Great
Bye.
seeing you.
Thank you.
Bye.